If you didn't catch the last video, I found and bought an abandoned one-owner 1993 Nissan 240SX off of Facebook Marketplace for a price that you probably won't believe.
So now that this car's in my possession, let's see if it turns out to be what I think it is. A diamond in the rough. But before we can do that, we gotta clean out everything in the back of it. If you didn't catch the first video of us picking up the 240, then you wouldn't know that it's basically gonna be Christmas in February at the time this video was filmed. Since he had given me so many spare parts that he had in his garage. So much so that it filled up the trunk of the 240 and completely took up all the space in the bed of my truck. What would really make my day is if we found some parts with some decent value to them, or parts that I could just use on the car. Right over here I have a couple of storage totes, thanks Jess, that we're gonna organize the parts just so we get a better idea of what we're working with. But starting off, it looks like we have the sun visor, windshield visor thing. This is good because we know we always got to protect the dash. ISR sway bar, looks like it would be for the rear. Good to have. Don't know if there's any end links for it though. Center console trim with a broken hinge. I know these go bad all the time. Doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. It's scuffed up a bit.
As they say, one man's junk is another man's treasure. And guess what? My pirate, baby. Give me all ye 240 booty. Now hear me out. In the interior, there's obviously a lot of parts here. A lot of stuff that's useful and a lot of it that really is just junk that I should have thrown out. But for the sake of hoarding, just keeping things until you need them, I have to hold on to them. But we did end up finding some useful things.
Some type of, intercooler flange and some spare intercooler piping. Maybe this will come in handy. It's good to have nonetheless. Does this mean we have an HKS blow-off valve somewhere in here? That'd be sweet. We'll set these in the I don't know pile. Well, it looks like we can get the carpet out here. All right, that's good. No real rust other than some surface rust that can be cleaned up.
Now, a lot of this stuff was broken, but as my dad would always say,
nothing that some speedy fix can't fix. So if we go towards the front here, a bunch of little trees all over the car. Guess in an effort to make it not smell in here. Let's hop on in here. Ooh, a bent control arm. Does that tell us anything about this car's history?
Now, call it cheesy or whatever you might want, but to see the original owner's manual, I thought was pretty sweet.
Nissan. Cool. Yeah, the owner's manual. That's kind of cool, though, to see this. What is this, the maintenance booklet? Let's see if they kept up on maintenance records here. Service team, put fuel in it. So the people that originally did the maintenance for its first service left all their details in here. First service at 3,440 miles. I don't know, you could call it cheesy for me thinking that this stuff is cool, but there's just so much history baked into this car and it's cool to see it progress right before my eyes. Comments, service department argued with son. Said we didn't have appointment. Uh-oh. Looks like we were going to square up with the service advisor. Did our own oil change in December of 93. Did our own oil change January of 94. March of 94. Oil change. Plus new fuel filter. April, another oil change. Uh-oh. We don't have any more service records. What does that mean? Was the car not serviced? Let's see here. This hinge, we must protect that. It's still in good condition. Switch panel here, which I don't know what it would have been used for. Have an aftermarket singled-in stereo. I don't know how I feel about taking this out just yet. I'm sure the time will come and we'll see, hopefully that everything's not hacked together underneath. But I'm sure it will be okay. Now on to the bigger parts that filled up the back of the truck. We had a passenger front fender, a driver front fender with some damage, a shark nose front bumper in the OEM color, a spare dash with the coverall dash cover. Pretty cool. I guess it covers all the cracks in your dash that you acquire over time. We had the AC condenser and some lines, which I'm pretty stoked on. Won't have to go through the trouble to source those. We had a front bumper support, front subframe, 4 extra brake rotors, and boxes full of just random parts. And then our gold mine of this little parts haul. Oh, jeez. I almost died. But an ISR intercooler looks to be in pretty decent shape too. Now we got a ton of parts here that I could sell, but majority of them I probably will be using. What I'm super stoked on is having the AC condenser and what I think is the AC condenser fan in this box. And as you can see, we got 3 or 4 boxes to go through to see what we have. Hopefully there's some hidden gems in there. All right, right off the rip, looks like this is the passenger side door cowl. Good, I won't have to order this. Hopefully that's the case. A lot of the missing parts that we've seen already are in these boxes. Power steering reservoir. Here we go. Here's the money. HKS blow-off valve. Looks to be brand new. Wonder how much these go for. Looks like it has all the components too. Fuel filter replacement. Some random bracket. I don't know what it goes to. I'm a little nervous to throw it out because I don't know what it is. Doesn't mean it won't be useful in the future. So we'll keep it.
The wise words of an undiagnosed hoarder. Now, I'm not going to say that the rest of the parts are junk because they're not. There's actually a lot of small little things, albeit uninteresting, that you guys probably wouldn't care about. But to round up our little parts haul here, we had a multi-plate clutch. Don't know what engine and trans combo this is for, but hey, we'll find out and maybe be able to use it one day. And last but not least, we had some Sylvia front corner lights. So yeah, I don't think I mentioned yet how much I paid for the car and all the parts that you saw. And no one was able to guess, unfortunately. A couple of you were close, and the previous owner actually did comment on the video saying the exact price, but that doesn't count. It was roughly $1,700. Well, not roughly, it was exactly $1,700 for the car and all the parts. Which, if you guys know the 240 market, it's kind of hard to even touch a shell for anything less than like $3,000 to $4,000. And those are for cars without interiors. And this one, as you know, has a complete yet dirty interior. So I definitely owe a big thanks to Wesley, the previous owner, and his grandma for selling me this thing for so cheap. But like I said in the last video, the car went into the right hands. But since the car was sitting for about 2 years, succumbing to the elements, what we still need to do is make sure that the complete undercarriage is sound. When I gave a quick once over on it when we went to pick it up, it looked good. Granted, I couldn't get up underneath or pull the carpet to see the floorboards. So that will be up on the agenda. Pretty sure this thing's gonna clean up really nice once we get all of this mold or pollen, whatever it is, off. We definitely got our work cut out for us with this car, and I'm not necessarily gonna explain my plans for it just yet. I might even let you guys make the decision for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.